Hello everyone, my name is Uray Dika Isvila Dinata, and today I will review a certain company. The company I will review is a company that is well known among gamers. The company name is Nintendo. Nintendo is a multinational consumer electric and a video game company that headquartered in Kyoto, Japan. Originally a cat company that later expanded from a toy company to a video game company. Nintendo is one of the largest video game companies in the world by market capitalization, creating several well-known and best-selling game franchises of all time. And Nintendo was founded on 23 September 1889 by Fusajiro Yamauchi. The company originally produced handmade Hanafuda cards. Hanafuda card is traditional Japanese card games, as you know. By 1963, the company had tried several small niche businesses such as taxi services and love hotels, abandoning previous ventures for toys. In the 1960s, Nintendo developed into video game company in the 1970s. Plus, since the 1980s, from large divisions such as Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Europe, it has eventually become one of most influential industries and the most valuable companies in Japan, with a market size of $37 billion in 2018. As I said earlier, this is a video game company. Besides that, they also don't just make video games. They also make video game consoles. First, the famous video game franchises made by Nintendo are Pokemon, Super Mario, The Legend of Zelda, and Animal Crossing. Until now, the franchise is still alive and has a wide variety of fans around of the world. Now video game consoles. Nintendo has made many video game consoles, and most of them are selling well in their market. Their most famous consoles and selling well in their market is Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, or 3DS, and Nintendo Switch. The famous one especially is the Nintendo Switch. This console is most liked by gamers because this console is portable or handheld console, and the only portable console that can rival Sony's PS4. Why? Because many famous games are also ported to the Nintendo Switch. So if you are on a long and tedious journey, you can play games of the same quality as on the Sony PS4 in Nintendo Switch. This is one of the reasons why Nintendo Switch is accepted in the market. However, to achieve their success, to achieve that success, previously Nintendo made a new breakthrough for the Nintendo Wii. In 2012, the Nintendo introduced the world to the Wii U. This console would become Nintendo worst selling console aside from the Virtual Boy in the 90s. This was a huge decline for a gaming console with decades of success and riding a hike on the success of the Wii. Going into the next generation of gaming, Nintendo was expected to continue their growth. Instead, they failed to connect with their customer, and their sales saw a decline. A few things went wrong with the Wii U, and when these things are added together, it becomes easier to understand why the Wii U declined from his predecessor. Nintendo is a strong brand that's internationally recognized. That is why one issue probably isn't going to derail the company, but when they have a handful of issues, they are going to feel the damage. The Wii U didn't know its place in the market. It wasn't even portable, and it wasn't a stationary console. It wasn't a super innovative, but it wasn't the same hardware as before. It wasn't inexpensive, but it wasn't as expensive as the other consoles. And if you weren't already invested in Nintendo's line of games, it offered you for no reason to join the Nintendo fandom. Pretty much of all of the big titles on the consoles were sequels to existing franchises. So, as a kid who never played Mario before, is less likely to want to start playing his game on the Wii U. More likely, the kid parents will be buying a tablet for all of its free games. Meanwhile, a young teenager might be turned off by the lack of third-party support. Looking at Nintendo's history, the Wii U is a sizable failure, a big failure. It missed the mark in many categories, including sales, hardware innovation, game development. It's no surprise that Nintendo phased out the Wii U as its 8th game and replaced it with the Switch. 2 years after the release, the Switch is safe to say Nintendo has rebounded. The Switch has sold 3 times as many consoles in its first 2 years as the Wii U did during its 5 years as Nintendo's main consoles. Sales of the Switch remain strong and the console has growing library of games. The Wii U's failure required Nintendo to make a drastic move. The Switch earned its name because it can switch between a portable and naked home console. This console replaces both the Wii U and the 3DS. For the first time in nearly 3 decades, Nintendo doesn't have separate lines of portable and home console gaming. This shifts all of their focus onto one console. 5 years ago, the Wii U may have been underperforming, but the 3DS was still a success. Nintendo is responsible for the direct. I'm sorry. In my opinion, Nintendo is better than any gaming company because they always focus on making fun games, creating innovative console that users love to play, and selling a product that is made for families. And also, they always have innovation. When it comes to video gaming innovation, Nintendo gives a shuffle and clear the eyes of the road so that the others can follow with ease. That analogy perfectly describes how Nintendo has been coming up with unique innovations that have changed the video gaming industry. Nintendo is responsible for directional pad, saving game progress on the cartridge, side-scrolling, gameplay, the annoying selfie, portable games, avatars, and motion controls. In essence, the Nintendo company prioritized its player first than the game itself. For the consumer, the Switch was the right move. It gives flexibility, a feature customer want but isn't offered by the competitor. I think that is it everyone for my review to Nintendo. And I'm sorry if I had to say one word or something else that bother you all. Okay, that is it everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.